seatbelt button.
As coisas chegam quando passam. Se o que aconteceu de errado, veja bem pelo outro lado.
Once I arrived in Athens, my parents offered some freshly squeezed orange juice, so of course I couldn't resist. And this one is orange and blood orange, so that's why it's such a pretty color. And then my mom had made a spinach and ricotta cannelloni, so I had a big piece of that with some rocket on the side. As you know me, I love having some greens on the side of my meals, and rocket is one of my favorite salads. After lunch, we went for a little walk around the center of Athens. This area is called Kolonaki, and it's one of my favorite areas in Athens as there's lots of nice restaurants, cafes, bakeries and shops that you can enjoy. And of course I had to go to a Greek supermarket as I love looking through all the food and fun Greek things they have. I found my favorite jams on this one, but they also had a Greek brand that was very similar to the Darfur ones in terms of ingredients, so obviously I got very excited. This supermarket actually had lots of fun healthy foods. It's called Kritikos if you're staying in Kolonaki in Athens, and I just love it. It's quite small, but it has lots of fun things, as you can see. One of the things I've missed living in the UK is all the Greek zacharoplastia, aka pastry shops or patisseries. So I went to Despina, which is also in Kolonaki, to have a little look, and of course I walked away with way more stuff than I needed, but everything looked delicious. I couldn't resist. We also stopped for a little coffee at this coffee bar called Mai Tai, and that's another thing I love about Greece is the coffee culture. Everywhere you look there's a coffee place, and they usually serve great quality coffee, so I went for a freddo espresso, which of course was delicious. And then back home, this is what we got from the pastry shop. There's two chocolate things. They're not really cakes as there's lots of cream in. We call them pasta, so we got two chocolate ones, one creamy almondy one, and then this ekmek thing, which is like a syrupy cake topped with the most fluffy cream on top. Everything was delicious, but the ekmek was my favorite. And for dinner, we ordered souvlaki. I opted for pork skewers with chips and pita. It's the next day, so I walked to a nearby bakery and picked up some koulouri, which is basically this round bread with sesame seeds, which is delicious on its own, but for today I cut it in half and added some cream cheese, gouda and turkey plus some baby tomatoes. I also tried some of this tiropita that my brother got, which was also delicious. And then off for some exploring. We're walking to the center of Athens today, heading towards Ermou, which is a big street full of shops, and the main thing I was looking for was actually some Greek books for my little one. So we stopped at Public, which also has a cafe at the top floor with a nice view of the Greek parliament, so we stopped for a quick coffee before lunch. For lunch, we chose Ergon Agora, which is in Mitropoleo Street, just parallel to Ermou, and I would describe it as Greek cuisine, but with a twist. They have a deli at the back, plus a shop with all their kitchenware, which took all my willpower to not shop at, as I loved all their dishes and bowls, but I was too scared that they'd break on their way back to the UK. But this is a little look of all the interesting Greek things they sell. Honestly, I could spend ages there just looking at all the Greek olive oil, rusks, Greek honey, the list goes on. But one thing I couldn't resist getting was this paximadofriganies, which is basically a mix of a rusk and a cracker. They looked very interesting and they had very minimal ingredients, so I couldn't resist getting them. For lunch, we chose a bulgur wheat salad with feta and herbs, this cheese kataifi, which was one of the best things I've ever tried. We'll have to recreate it at home. We also ordered some courgette fritters and some calamari, and everything was so delicious. Very fresh and flavorful, so we thoroughly enjoyed everything. μένουμε είναι αυτό. Δεύτερο αυτό. Τρίτο καλαμαράκι και τελευταίο το ταμπουλέ. I told you this ekmek was my favorite. I had to go back and get another portion for the next day. For dinner, we ordered some souvlaki wraps. I had one with pork and one with chicken gyros, and I actually prefer the chicken one as it comes with a yummy mayonnaise-based sauce. You have to try it if you're in Greece. Good morning, day 3, and we're starting the day with a nice coffee, freshly squeezed oranges, and some cheese pies. One of them was with feta and anthotiro, and the other one was with graviera, and both were very yummy. And it was a very warm day in Athens today, so I fancied something fresh for lunch, and this place nearby had such a massive selection of salads, but I went with one that had chicken, quinoa, mango, coriander, avocado, and Greek yogurt, and it was so delicious and fresh. Exactly what I wanted for a warm day. And yes, that slow-mo is definitely by accident. I visited a friend later in the afternoon, and this pastry shop was in Peristeri area, so of course I couldn't resist going in and having a look. Everything looked so delicious and freshly made, so I couldn't just choose one. I ended up getting the pistachio tart because I just love anything pistachio, the bitter chocolate torte thing, and the almond one. Είναι μους νομίζω. Πάρα πολύ ωραία σοκολάτα. Αλλά νομίζω η πιστάσιο είναι πιο ωραία. Νομίζω. Για μένα μου αρέσει το πιστάσιο. Πιστάσιο απίστευτο. Πάρα πολύ ωραία και ωραίο κουτί. And another coffee, decaf of course, but I just love the iced coffees here. And then the next day I got a cheese bougata from a bakery, which was delicious. And then we also went to a Greek taverna with my family. So we had a cabbage salad, some tyrokafteri, which is like a spicy feta spread, and it's so delicious, especially with the grilled bread they brought, some chips, and a tiganopsomo, which is like a flatbread stuffed with feta. For meat, we had some lamb and pork, and that was it for what I ate on holiday in Greece. If you'd like to see what I ate as a Greek living in the UK, you can check out the video on your left, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye!